Pet Sematary is a new horror film. It's a remake of a previous horror film that I haven't seen, and it's based on a Stephen King book which I haven't read. Basically, this family moves to a new house. They have this forest behind their new house where they find this thing called a pet cemetery where people bury their pets, and they soon find out that whatever's buried there gets brought back to life, but they're not brought back the same as John Lithgow says in the trailer. Speaking of that trailer, yeah, it shows way too much of this film. Like, way too much. Now, I'm not going to show any of the spoilery footage from that trailer in this video in case you're like me and you haven't seen the original film, you haven't read the original book, so you're going into this film blind. And I saw that trailer before a film a few weeks ago in the cinema, and I was just like, oh wow, they've just shown literally the entire film in the trailer, or at least 95% of the film. The only part of the film it doesn't really show is the last 5 or 10 minutes, like the very end of it. So I was just sat there watching the film going, what's the actual point of me even being here? I know 95% of the film, I mean, just why? So because of that, there were no surprises in this film for me at all, but trying to take that away from it and just judging the film by itself, it was still boring and predictable as hell for me. Even without the trailer ruining the entire plot of the film, it was still really obvious the direction it was going, especially with this one dialogue scene between Jason Clarke and the daughter towards the start of the film. Just the dialogue that's said there, I was just like, you're not even trying to surprise us at this point, are you? And yeah, the film was just boring, and it bums me out actually because the premise of this film actually had potential. You know, the pet cemetery, bringing them back to life, there's some curse going on there with the actual pet cemetery in the woods, and there's some interesting mythology that they touch on very briefly in one scene with John Lithgow where he explains it all to the audience, but they just don't really do anything else with it. You get to hear a little bit about it, and then we just get back to the rubbish horror stuff. And jump scares, by the way, oh my god, the first like 45 minutes of this film, jump scare. Oh, a truck goes past at really loud volume even though it was coming down the road and it wasn't making a single sound, but the split second it goes past the characters, it's like super loud. Oh, it scares the hell out of us. Oh. Can you tell that I hate jump scares? Because I really hate jump scares. In fact, that truck jump scare where it goes past the screen really loudly, they do that twice in the first like 15 minutes. I'm not even joking. Now, the third act of this film did have its elements of creepy in it. I'll give the film that. It would have been a lot better if I didn't already know what the third act of the film was going to be before seeing it, but there was still some pretty creepy stuff in there. One element especially, which I'm not going to spoil, unlike the trailer. I'm not going to get over that. But that one creepy element in the third act was pretty well done. Like I said, Pet Sematary has an interesting idea with the whole pet cemetery, bringing things back from the dead and all that stuff, but it's just the execution wasn't fantastic, and the film was just ruined by that terrible second trailer, and I just didn't find anything of surprising here. There was no thrills, there was no scares. Jump scares, yes, no genuine scares, couple of creepy parts, especially towards the end, but overall there's just nothing spectacular about this film at all, and I just found myself just bored with it. I'm gonna give Pet Sematary a 2 out of 5. So have you guys seen Pet Sematary? What did you think about it? Did you see the original film? How does it compare to that? Did you read the book? How does it compare to that? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know down there, and if you want to see more of my stuff, click on one of these in a second, and I'll see you all next time.